We have just released the election manifesto of the Congress Party for Punjab. Punjab is a state with tremendous unexploited potential. This potential has not been exploited because of mismanagement of the government in the last 10 years. Earlier also, Punjab was the victim of terrorism and it inflicted great deal of damage on the economy and polity of Punjab. And the challenge before Punjab is to rise all above this din and recognize that the people of Punjab need a better tomorrow. This election manifesto is a forward-looking visionary document which promises the people of Punjab that we will undo the damage that was done to the Punjab economy by the previous government in the last 10 years. It points to a tremendous potential of the state in terms of agriculture, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of services, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of social services. In all these areas, the present setup has not been able to make adequate use of the potential that exists in Punjab. And Captain Saab's leadership is badly needed at the time because in him we have a leader of great vision. In him we have a leader who has a lot of wealth of experience and whose commitment to the cause of development of Punjab is unrivaled. I therefore sincerely believe that Punjab is in for better times under the leadership of Captain Amarinder Singh ji, and that this better tomorrow will see all-round prosperity of the state, whether in agriculture, infrastructure, manufacturing, social services, and the management of the polity as a whole. The fiscal situation in Punjab under the Akali BJP government has been mismanaged in a manner which is unprecedented. Captain Saab's government will undo all this damage and set a new pathway for a better tomorrow, which will see that the people of Punjab will have a higher per capita income, better distribution of income, better employment prospects for the youth, and better infrastructure and social service development. With these words, I once again thank Surjewala ji for having given me this opportunity to be here in your midst.
Let me tell you that this manifesto, which was made by our manifesto committee headed by Mrs. Rajinder Kaur Bhattal, who is here, she's chairman of our committee, and the drafting committee was headed by Manpreet Badal, who is today launching at this very moment our manifesto in Chandigarh. Plus it's being launched in the 5 major cities of Punjab today also by various senior people of our party. This manifesto has taken nearly 6 months of effort on the part of Mrs. Bhattal and her team. They have visited every village, every city, every walk, people of all walks of life to understand the problems and what they visualized. And finally, this in 6 months, this draft was prepared which Dr. Manmohan Singh ji very kindly had a look at. And he's, as you know, we don't need to say this, most renowned economist, and there's nothing that he doesn't know about all these matters as far as Punjab and India are concerned, and of course on the global level too. We are taking over a completely deficit state. We are deficit in the budget by about 5,000 crores. We have a debt of about 1,35,000 crores. Today, this government has been operating by selling land, selling buildings, mortgaging buildings, even old age homes and hospitals have been mortgaged to raise funds. Some funds like the Mandi Board, which prepares the roads and infrastructure of the villages and all, have been mortgaged for 7 years. They've taken the money in advance. So that is the scenario we are taking over. Nevertheless, we have made a very comprehensive manifesto which will be distributed to all of you, and you can see for yourself. We have covered every facet of Punjab, and we have in it to every walk of, and people from all walks of life, all castes, all communities, all poor, all industrial development, all agriculture, all everything. हर प्रकार से हमने सबको cover किया है. And you will ask how we are going to meet. Like today, one newspaper said that the debt of Punjab's rural debt, I'll give this as an example I'm giving you, is 60,000 crores. It's not 60,000, it's 67,000 crores, the rural debt. But the credit, the debt to the farmer for farmer inputs is 31,000 crores, out of which the actual amount is about 10,000 crores. The rest is all interest and all accumulated and compound interest and all which has been charged. So we have, as you will see from this manifesto, are planning to take over the debt of every farmer in Punjab on ourselves, negotiate with the banks, bring it down to a level which we will service the debt, and we will also service the repayment of their loans. Now this ordinarily is supposed to be the job of the Government of India, and as you know, Rahul ji and some of us went to meet the Prime Minister on this very issue, that the money should be paid for this, but whether he pays it or he doesn't pay it, it is our responsibility, and we are committed to doing away with the farmer debt. So I'm just giving you an example. You will wonder then that with the economic situation as bad as it is, how do we manage these things? This plus घर घर में रोजगार plus जो और promises हमने किए हैं, ये हम ऐसे कर रहे हैं. आउट ऑफ बॉक्स थिंकिंग करनी पड़ेगी हमें. एग्जाम्पल मैं देता हूँ आपको कि पिछली बार हमारा वेलफेयर महकमे में हमने प्रोमिसेस बहुत किए थे. बुढ़ापा पेंशन, विधवा पेंशन, अंगहीनों की पेंशन, जो भी पेंशन हम देते थे लोगों को, और वो नहीं मिलती थी. 2-3 महीने बजट में से मिल नहीं सकती थी, बिकॉज बजट वाज शॉर्ट ऑफ मनी देन ऑल्सो, बिकॉज वी हैड टेकन ओवर अ डेफिसिट बजट देन ऑल्सो. फिर हमने क्या किया कि जो शराब बिकती थी पंजाब में, हर बोतल पे ₹1 सेस लगा दिया था, और उससे 500 करोड़ लेके हम वेलफेयर महकमे को दे दिया आउट ऑफ द बजट स्ट्रेट टू द वेलफेयर डिपार्टमेंट, ताकि ऑन द फर्स्ट ऑफ एवरी मंथ ऑल दीज social commitments had been covered. Similarly, there will be out-of-box thinking. Example, your state government is getting 35 crores as revenue from mining, that is sand and bajri. The actual amount which is generated, which is consumed by these unscrupulous elements, is over 6,000 crores. So that's one thing we can do. Other things we will do is, of course, liquor and other issues there are where we will put cess and get that money out for these commitments we are making, because these commitments are important. Our population is 2 crore 90 lakhs, and 90 lakhs of our people are between the ages of 80 and 35, and that's where the job availability is required. We have launched a program, Har Ghar Mein Naukri, and that is 55 lakh households in Punjab, 22 lakh from the urban areas and 33 lakh from the rural areas. So we have to give them jobs. Till such times the jobs are found, we made in each district there will be a new setup which will monitor who require jobs, what type of jobs are required, and that will come to us, and it will be in the Chief Minister's office that this will be monitored, so that we can give them arrange for these jobs accordingly. There will be, till such time as those jobs are available, we are going to give 2,500 rupees stipend to every youngster, so that he can make. I want them to have something, because frustration is building up. frustration leads to wrong things, particularly drugs. Drugs is the first thing we are attacking, and I have guaranteed that in 4 weeks we will clean out this drug business in Punjab. There are 9 issues which we have said, which they have called Captain Ke Non Nukte. One is, of course, the water issue. Punjab da pani Punjab vaste. Dooja, drug supply, distribution and consumption. 4 ਹਫ਼ਤਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. I hope you all understand. Some of you understand Punjabi. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਘਰ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੋਜ਼ਗਾਰ, job for every household. ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਆਰਥਿਕ ਤੇ ਸਮਾਜਿਕ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ, waiver of agriculture debt, that is. Trade, business and industry, and affordable bijli. Now this is a very critical thing. If we want industry to come to Punjab, then we have to give them a level playing field. No businessman is going to come to Punjab if we are going to overcharge on land and overcharge on electricity in comparison to Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, etc. Example, Chhattisgarh gives power at 325. We can't give it at 325 because it costs us 2 rupees 80 paisas to bring a kilo of coal from Chhattisgarh or Jharkhand to Punjab, while 80 paisas it costs those states to get it from their coal fields to their area. So, but we have guaranteed that we will, today power is being given to industry at 7 rupees 60 paisas. We will guarantee it at 5 rupees. They will get power at 5 rupees. We will create a pool of land. Chhattisgarh gives 2 lakh an acre. हमारे तो 50 लाख एकड़ है. So हमने एक industrial pool, we will pool in various places land together with the government will take over, buy at the market rates, and then we will hold that to give to that industry which comes and which spends a certain amount of money and guarantees in jobs. I'll tell you what we did in our last year. Mrs. Bhattal was our Deputy Chief Minister then also. What we did was, we had called a mega project scheme, that anyone who spends 100 crores in putting up an investment and guarantees 2,000 jobs, we will give them whatever they want. So once a month, the entire departments and the government used to sit together, and the teams used to come. They used to say, we want this, let off excise duty, sale tax, any sort of cess or octroi. And now, of course, these things are not prevalent, but in those days they were. And we told them, you come. Now, in 1 year, we had got a commitment of 1,07,000 rupees for the industrial base to set up new projects, with a guarantee of 20 lakh jobs. And that is what we have to do. Now, unfortunately, when we went, the Akalis abolished this. And then one by one started calling people, ke hamare hum kyo kya dete ho? This is everything was dete ho, sarkar they ran. And that everyone just vanished. In the last couple of years, over 1 lakh of crores has been spent by Punjabi money and by Punjabi industrialists outside the state. They have gone to Rajasthan, they have gone to Chhattisgarh, they have gone to Jharkhand, they have gone to Odisha, and they are spending that money, and people from those states are being taken into jobs, which really should be coming. Punjabi money should be invested in Punjab. So this is something that we have to ensure that we give a level playing field. If Chhattisgarh gives it at 2 lakhs, we will give it at 2 lakhs to any industry who wants to come. We will, whatever rate we buy it for, that is our pool which we will create. Power will be given on comparable basis. As far as the Punjabi worker is concerned, everybody admits that the output of the Punjabi worker is very, very good. And they would give us preference if the other parameters are met. So generally this is the issue. Then women empowerment, 33% reservation for women in jobs. And let me also tell you, we are going to give from class 1 to PhD, all girls will be getting free education. The reason is very obvious, that people have very little income, and the preference is always ke munde nu padha diyo, get the boy educated, and our girls get left behind. So we are going to ensure that from class 1 to PhD, all are. I tell you where I got this idea. I went to Government College for Women in Patiala, and these girls had all collected 500-600 around me, and I was asking them what their problems were. And one girl from Sadhulgarh told me, She says, I want to ask a question. My father has 3 acres of land. He sold 1 acre to get me to this level. I am finishing my BA now. But I have a brother and a sister. If we sell that land, how do we live? So that got me thinking. I talked to my chairman and we worked out this, that the government will take over the entire liability of all our girls from first class upwards. Then we have housing for the houseless. We are planning to give 6 marlas of land and 1 lakh of rupees each for every houseless family to put up a house. And OBCs have always been left out for some reason. We are covering them, increasing the limits. The details are all in the manifesto, which you will see. And then we are starting something very innovative, calling Guardians of Governance. Now this is, a lot of money. Even Rajiv ji once said that the money that goes to Kashmir, out of 1 rupee, how many? 16 paisas was the only thing that came on the ground. The same is happening here. Take Narega. Naregas are going to the sarpanches. Sarpanches are all Akalis. And those Akalis give it to their relations and families, and the poor who require the Narega are not given anything. So this Guardian of Governance are entirely ex-servicemen, 100%. From the block to clusters, from the panchayats to blocks to clusters to districts to commission level, and right up to the this department will be in the Chief Minister's hands. And they will report how the implementation of all government schemes and the money that is being sent for any project is being implemented and not being misused. So this is what we have thought. We will utilize the disciplined force who have come from, when the ex-servicemen were giving us support, I mentioned this to some of you that time also, that this is going to hopefully eradicate this misuse of funds, which should actually be given and utilized for that particular project.